What if I told you that one simple morning routine could completely transform your life in just 6 minutes a day? Today, we're diving into The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, a book that has changed millions of lives worldwide. You can get your own copy through the link in the video description below. Hal Elrod's journey is nothing short of miraculous. At age 20, he was pronounced clinically dead for 6 minutes following a devastating car accident when a drunk driver hit him head-on at 70 miles per hour. Against all medical predictions, Hal not only survived but eventually learned to walk again despite being told he likely never would. Years later, during the 2008 economic recession, Hal hit rock bottom again, this time financially and emotionally. He lost his home, fell into deep debt, and struggled with depression. It was during this darkest period that he developed what he now calls the Miracle Morning, a revolutionary morning routine that transformed his life and has since helped countless others do the same. The basic premise of the Miracle Morning is simple yet profound. How you start your day largely determines the quality of your day, your health, your happiness, and your success. Hal discovered that the most successful people in virtually every field start their mornings with a structured, purposeful routine. By adopting these practices himself, he was able to completely transform his life in just 2 months, doubling his income, overcoming depression, and getting into the best physical shape of his life. The book revolves around what Hal calls the Life S.A.V.E.R.S, 6 powerful practices that take just 1 minute each and can be completed in as little as 6 minutes total each morning. S.A.V.E.R.S is an acronym that stands for silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing. Let's explore each of these practices in detail. The first practice is silence. This involves sitting in peaceful silence, typically through meditation, prayer, reflection, deep breathing, or gratitude. Silence allows you to quiet your mind, reduce stress, and connect with yourself before the noise of the day begins. Even just 1 minute of intentional silence can have profound effects on your mental clarity and emotional state. Hal suggests starting with simple breathing exercises if meditation feels challenging at first. Focus on deep, intentional breaths while clearing your mind of thoughts. Over time, this practice becomes easier and more effective. The second practice is affirmations. These are not the generic, one-size-fits-all positive statements you might have heard before. Hal emphasizes creating affirmations that are personal, specific, and emotionally charged. Effective affirmations should state what you're committed to doing, why it's important to you, which specific actions you'll take to achieve it, and include words that stir positive emotions. For example, instead of saying, "I am successful," a more effective affirmation might be, "I am committed to doubling my income to $100,000 this year by increasing my sales calls to 20 per day, because financial freedom will allow me to provide better opportunities for my family. I feel energized and determined as I take consistent daily action toward this goal." The key is to read these affirmations with sincere emotion and conviction every morning to program your subconscious mind for success. The third practice is visualization. This involves closing your eyes and creating mental images of what you want to achieve. Professional athletes have used this technique for decades to improve performance. The key difference in Hal's approach is that he recommends visualizing not just the end result, but also seeing yourself going through the process of what you need to do to achieve your goals. For example, if you want to lose weight, don't just visualize your ideal body. Also see yourself waking up early, putting on your workout clothes, and completing your exercise routine with energy and determination. This process-oriented visualization helps program your mind to take the necessary actions throughout the day. The fourth practice is exercise. Hal emphasizes that even just 1 minute of physical activity first thing in the morning can energize your body, enhance your health, and improve your self-confidence. This could be as simple as doing jumping jacks, push-ups, or yoga stretches. The goal isn't to complete your entire workout in this 1 minute, though you can certainly extend this practice if time allows. It's to get your blood flowing and oxygen to your brain so you feel alert and energized. Morning exercise kickstarts your metabolism and elevates your energy for the rest of the day. The fifth practice is reading. Hal recommends reading at least 10 pages of a personal development book each morning. This could be about business, psychology, health, relationships, or any topic that will help you grow. The key is consistency. Reading just 10 pages a day adds up to about 18 books per year, which puts you in the top percentile of readers and continuously fills your mind with new ideas and strategies for improvement. Hal believes that the information and inspiration you gain from reading can significantly accelerate your personal and professional growth. The final practice is scribing, which simply means writing or journaling. This could involve writing down your thoughts, insights, ideas, goals, gratitude, or lessons learned. The act of putting pen to paper helps clarify your thinking, process emotions, solve problems, and generate ideas. Hal suggests using this time to reflect on what you're grateful for, what you're proud of, and what actions you're committed to taking that day to move closer to your goals. Even 1 minute of focused journaling can provide clarity and purpose for your day. The beauty of the Life S.A.V.E.R.S is their flexibility. While Hal recommends dedicating about 10 minutes to each practice for a 60-minute miracle morning, he acknowledges that even the 6-minute version, 1 minute per practice, can be transformative. You can also customize the order and duration of each practice based on your preferences and schedule. One of the most powerful concepts in the book is what Hal calls the 5-step snooze-proof wake-up strategy. Recognizing that getting out of bed early is often the biggest hurdle for people, he provides a practical approach to overcoming this challenge. The 5 steps are: 1. Set your intentions before bed by telling yourself what time you'll wake up and how you'll feel about it. 2. Place your alarm clock across the room so you have to physically get out of bed to turn it off. 3. Brush your teeth immediately after turning off the alarm. 4. Drink a full glass of water to hydrate after the night's fast. And 5. Get dressed in your exercise clothes or take a shower to wake yourself up fully. Hal introduces the concept of the 95% reality check. The sobering fact that 95% of people in our society are not living the life they dream of or deserve. They settle for less than they want and are capable of achieving, often due to limiting beliefs and lack of a supportive morning routine. The Miracle Morning is designed to help you join the 5% who are living extraordinary lives of fulfillment and success. Another key insight from the book is the importance of what Hal calls your Level 10 life. This is a framework for assessing and improving your satisfaction in 10 key areas: health, fitness, personal development, emotions, relationships, parenting, finances, career, contribution giving, spirituality, and fun recreation. By rating your current satisfaction in each area on a scale of 1 to 10, and then creating specific goals and action plans for improvement, you can work toward achieving balance and excellence across all dimensions of your life. The book addresses common objections to waking up early, such as, "I'm not a morning person," or "I don't have enough time." Hal challenges these limiting beliefs by sharing stories of countless night owls who have successfully transformed into morning people using his methods. He emphasizes that we all have the same 24 hours in a day, and how we use the first hour sets the tone for the rest. By waking up just 1 hour earlier than usual, you can create time for self-improvement that most people miss. Hal introduces the 30-day Miracle Morning Challenge as a way to jumpstart your transformation. Research suggests it takes about 30 days to establish a new habit, so committing to follow the routine for just 1 month can create lasting change. He provides detailed strategies for overcoming the inevitable resistance and maintaining motivation during this period, including finding an accountability partner or joining an online community of fellow practitioners. One particularly valuable section of the book discusses the concept of miracle morning customization. Hal recognizes that different people have different needs, preferences, and schedules. He offers variations of the routine for students, entrepreneurs, salespeople, corporate employees, parents, and more. The core principles remain the same, but the implementation can be tailored to fit your unique situation and goals. The transformative power of the miracle morning comes from its ability to help you become the person you need to be to create the life you want. As Hal explains, our outer world results is a reflection of our inner world habits, beliefs, character. By dedicating the first hour of each day to personal development through the Life S.A.V.E.R.S, you systematically improve who you are, which naturally leads to better results in every area of life. Hal emphasizes the concept of the miracle equation, the simple but powerful formula that enabled him to beat impossible odds in his recovery and success. The equation consists of two decisions that must be made and maintained to achieve extraordinary results. 1. Unwavering faith, maintaining absolute faith that you can overcome any challenge and achieve any goal, despite having no proof or evidence that you'll succeed. And 2. Extraordinary effort, putting forth consistent effort toward your goals until you achieve them, regardless of setbacks or difficulties. Throughout the book, Hal shares numerous testimonials from individuals who have transformed their lives through the miracle morning, from entrepreneurs who doubled or tripled their income, to parents who created more meaningful relationships with their children, to individuals who lost significant weight and regained their health. These stories provide inspiration and evidence that the method works across diverse circumstances. Another powerful concept is that of raising your wake-up motivation level. Hal explains that most people have a low motivation level for waking up early because they associate it with pain, tiredness, obligation, rather than pleasure. By consciously shifting this association, focusing on how good you'll feel after completing your miracle morning, and the positive impact it will have on your day and life, you can significantly increase your desire to get up earlier. The book also addresses the importance of sleep quality over quantity. While conventional wisdom suggests that everyone needs 8 hours of sleep, Hal challenges this notion by citing research showing that the quality of sleep matters more than the number of hours. He provides strategies for improving sleep quality, such as avoiding electronics before bed, creating a relaxing bedtime routine, and setting consistent sleep and wake times. Hal introduces the concept of emotional intelligence as a critical factor in our ability to create success and fulfillment. By starting your day with practices like meditation, journaling, and affirmations, you develop greater self-awareness and emotional regulation, which translates to better decision-making and relationships throughout your day. A significant portion of the book is dedicated to overcoming the challenge of maintaining the routine long-term. Hal acknowledges that enthusiasm tends to wane after the initial 30-day challenge, so he provides specific strategies for making the miracle morning a lifelong habit. These include joining or creating an accountability group, tracking your progress visually, constantly reminding yourself of your why, and celebrating small wins along the way. Hal discusses the compound effect, the principle that small, consistent actions, when maintained over time, lead to extraordinary results. The miracle morning leverages this principle by helping you make incremental improvements each day that compound into massive changes over months and years. He illustrates this with the metaphor of bamboo, which appears to grow very little for the first 4 years, as it develops an extensive root system underground, and then suddenly shoots up 80 feet in just 6 weeks during its 5th year. The book emphasizes the importance of purpose-driven living. Hal suggests using your miracle morning scribing time to clarify your life purpose, the contribution you want to make, and the person you want to become. When your morning routine is aligned with a compelling purpose, motivation becomes much easier to maintain. Hal introduces the concept of the miracle morning communities, groups of like-minded individuals who support each other in maintaining the practice. These communities exist both online and in local meetups around the world, providing accountability, encouragement, and idea sharing. The power of community cannot be overstated when it comes to sustaining positive habits. Another valuable insight is the Miracle Morning Library, a series of specialized books that Hal has co-authored to apply the principles to specific areas of life, such as entrepreneurship, parenting, college success, weight loss, and writing. These resources provide more targeted guidance for applying the Life S.A.V.E.R.S. to achieve particular goals. The book discusses the importance of energy management. Hal explains that our energy levels directly impact our productivity, creativity, and happiness. The Miracle Morning practices, particularly exercise and proper hydration, help optimize your physical energy. Similarly, the practices of silence, affirmations, and visualization help manage your mental and emotional energy, setting you up for peak performance throughout the day. Hal introduces the concept of front-loading your day, putting the most important activities, those that contribute most to your growth and goals, at the beginning of your day when your willpower and focus are typically at their highest. This ensures that essential self-development happens before the demands of the day can derail your intentions. A key principle emphasized throughout the book is win the day in the first hour. Hal explains that by creating an empowering morning routine, you create momentum that carries through the rest of your day. When you win the morning, you're much more likely to win the day. This positive momentum then builds day after day, leading to winning weeks, months, and eventually, a winning life. Hal addresses the challenge of social norming, the tendency for humans to adopt the beliefs, habits, and results of those around them. By consciously rising above society's mediocre norms through the Miracle Morning, you set yourself apart from the 95% and create a new standard for what's possible in your life. He encourages readers to be intentional about the influences they allow into their lives, suggesting that you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. The book explores the powerful concept of limitless potential. Hal believes that we all have far more potential than we typically realize or utilize. The Miracle Morning serves as a daily reminder of your commitment to personal growth and tapping into that potential. By consistently working on yourself before working on anything else, you expand your capabilities and raise your internal standards. A particularly insightful section discusses the isolating variables approach to improvement. Rather than trying to overhaul your entire life at once, Hal suggests focusing on mastering one key area at a time. For instance, you might focus on perfecting your morning routine for 30 days before moving on to transform your diet or relationships. This focused approach leads to deeper, more sustainable changes than attempting to change everything simultaneously. Hal introduces the concept of purposeful inconvenience, deliberately making certain things in your life less convenient to build discipline and character. For example, placing your alarm clock across the room makes hitting snooze less convenient. These small inconveniences strengthen your willpower and help you overcome the path of least resistance that often leads to mediocrity. Throughout the book, Hal emphasizes the importance of gratitude as a foundational practice for happiness and success. He suggests incorporating gratitude into multiple aspects of the S.A.V.E.R.S, expressing thankfulness during your silence practice, including gratitude statements in your affirmations, and writing about things you're grateful for during your scribing time. This consistent focus on gratitude shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance. The book addresses the challenge of decision fatigue, the deteriorating quality of decisions after making many of them. By establishing the Miracle Morning as a non-negotiable routine, you eliminate the need to decide each morning whether or not to invest in yourself. This preservation of willpower and decision-making energy allows for better choices throughout the rest of your day. Hal introduces the concept of the 5-minute rule for overcoming procrastination. When you find yourself resisting an important task, commit to doing it for just 5 minutes. Once you start, the momentum often carries you forward to complete much more than the initial 5 minutes. This technique is particularly useful for maintaining your miracle morning practice on days when motivation is low. A significant portion of the book discusses the identity evolution that occurs through consistent practice of the miracle morning. Your self-concept gradually shifts as you prove to yourself day after day that you're the kind of person who prioritizes personal development and keeps commitments to yourself. This identity shift is perhaps the most profound and lasting benefit of the practice. Hal shares his perspective on purposeful living. The idea that true fulfillment comes from living in alignment with your highest values and contributing to something beyond yourself. The miracle morning provides the time and space to reconnect with your deeper purpose each day before getting caught up in the minutiae of daily responsibilities. The book explains the concept of state management, being intentional about your mental and emotional states rather than reacting to circumstances. Through practices like silence and affirmations, you learn to choose empowering states regardless of external conditions. This ability to manage your internal state is one of the most valuable skills for creating success and happiness. Throughout the book, Hal emphasizes the principle of humble confidence, maintaining unwavering faith in your ability to achieve your goals while remaining humble enough to continuously learn and improve. The miracle morning fosters this balanced mindset by combining practices that build self-efficacy, like affirmations and visualization, with those that promote growth and humility, like reading and silence. Hal introduces the concept of living above the line, taking full responsibility for everything in your life rather than blaming, complaining, or making excuses. The miracle morning helps you stay above this line by starting each day with intentionality and focusing on what you can control. A valuable insight discussed in the book is success alignment, ensuring that your daily activities are in harmony with your long-term vision. The scribing portion of the S.A.V.E.R.S. provides an opportunity to plan your day in alignment with your most important goals, increasing the likelihood that your time will be invested purposefully rather than merely spent. The book addresses the problem of information overload in the modern world. Hal suggests using the reading and scribing components of the miracle morning to filter and process information strategically, focusing on knowledge that can be applied immediately to improve your life rather than consuming content passively. Hal explains the miracle morning elevator concept, the idea that your morning routine can elevate every area of your life simultaneously. Rather than trying to improve your health, then your relationships, then your finances as separate projects, the miracle morning raises your baseline in all areas at once by improving who you are at your core. A key principle emphasized throughout the book is discipline creates lifestyle freedom. By developing the discipline to wake up early and complete your miracle morning, you build the character required to achieve extraordinary results in every area of life. This discipline ultimately leads to greater freedom financial, temporal, emotional, and physical. Hal introduces the powerful concept of living the day in advance through visualization. By mentally rehearsing your day during your morning visualization practice, you essentially program yourself to navigate challenges successfully and take advantage of opportunities that arise. This mental preparation significantly increases your likelihood of having a productive, successful day. The book explores the connection between physical health and overall success. Hal emphasizes that your physical vitality affects every other aspect of your life, from mental clarity and emotional resilience to productivity and relationship quality. The exercise component of S.A.V.E.R.S. ensures that you prioritize your health daily, creating a foundation for success in all other areas. Throughout the book, Hal stresses the importance of self-leadership, being proactive rather than reactive in how you approach your life. The miracle morning is fundamentally an exercise in leading yourself, choosing to rise above natural tendencies toward comfort and immediate gratification in favor of actions that serve your highest good and long-term vision. Hal discusses the concept of focused life force energy, the idea that where you direct your consistent attention and effort determines what manifests in your life. By dedicating the first hour of your day to personal development through the S.A.V.E.R.S., you focus your life force energy on becoming the person capable of creating extraordinary results. The book addresses the challenge of maintaining work-life balance. Hal suggests that the miracle morning provides a foundation for balance by ensuring that you invest in yourself before the demands of work and others consume your time and energy. This preventative approach to self-care helps avoid burnout and maintains perspective on what truly matters. A significant insight shared in the book is the power of environmental design, structuring your physical environment to support your goals rather than relying solely on willpower. Hal offers practical suggestions for creating a supportive environment for your miracle morning, such as laying out exercise clothes the night before, creating a dedicated space for silence and reading, and keeping affirmations and visualization materials readily accessible. Hal introduces the concept of holistic optimization, the understanding that improvement in one area of life positively impacts all others. For example, the increased energy from morning exercise improves your work performance, which boosts your finances, which enhances your relationships, and so on. The miracle morning initiates this positive domino effect across all areas of life. Throughout the book, Hal emphasizes the principle of incremental implementation, making small, manageable changes that can be sustained, rather than attempting dramatic overnight transformations that often lead to burnout and abandonment. He suggests starting with a scaled-down version of the miracle morning, if necessary, and gradually extending the duration as it becomes more comfortable. The book explores the concept of return on time invested, ROTI, the idea that not all hours are created equal in terms of their impact on your life. The hour spent on the miracle morning typically delivers a higher ROTI than any other hour of your day because it improves who you are, which then elevates everything else you do. Hal introduces the quantum leap framework, understanding that extraordinary success often comes not through linear progress, but through exponential breakthroughs that occur after consistent effort. The miracle morning creates the conditions for these quantum leaps by steadily improving your mindset, skills, and habits until a tipping point is reached. A valuable section of the book discusses value-based decision-making, aligning your choices with your core values rather than temporary desires or external pressures. The silence and scribing portions of the miracle morning provide regular opportunities to reconnect with your values and ensure your daily decisions reflect what matters most to you. Hal addresses the challenge of digital distraction, the tendency to begin the day by checking email, social media, or news, which puts you in a reactive rather than proactive mindset. By strictly avoiding screens until after completing your miracle morning, you maintain sovereignty over your attention and begin the day focused on your priorities rather than others. Throughout the book, Hal emphasizes the principle of process orientation, focusing on the daily practices that lead to success rather than fixating solely on outcomes. The miracle morning embodies this principle by shifting attention to what you can control, your morning routine, rather than results that may take time to manifest. The book explores the concept of self-integrity, keeping the promises you make to yourself. Hal explains that each time you follow through on your commitment to complete your miracle morning, you build trust with yourself, which strengthens your confidence and resolve in all areas of life. Conversely, hitting snooze or skipping the routine diminishes this crucial self-trust. Hal introduces the powerful idea of bookending your days, creating intentional routines for both morning and evening to maximize your growth and productivity. While the miracle morning sets you up for success, an evening routine helps you reflect, learn from the day, and prepare for an effective tomorrow. A significant portion of the book addresses intrinsic motivation, finding your deep internal drivers for waking up early and investing in yourself. Hal suggests connecting your miracle morning practice to your most meaningful life goals and values so that you're pulled toward it by inspiration rather than pushed by discipline alone. Hal explains the concept of habit stacking, linking new habits to established ones to increase consistency. The S.A.V.E.R.S framework itself is a form of habit stacking, where each practice flows naturally into the next, making the entire routine easier to maintain than 6 separate habits would be. Throughout the book, Hal emphasizes the growth mindset, the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. The Miracle Morning fosters this mindset by providing daily evidence of your capacity to improve and overcome challenges, starting with the challenge of waking up earlier. The book explores the connection between morning routine and mental health. Hal shares research suggesting that practices like meditation, gratitude journaling, and physical exercise, all components of the Miracle Morning, can significantly reduce anxiety and depression while increasing overall well-being. For many practitioners, the mental health benefits alone make the routine worthwhile. Hal introduces the concept of clarity sessions, using the scribing portion of your Miracle Morning periodically for deeper reflection on your life direction, goals, and strategies. These extended journaling sessions help ensure that your daily actions remain aligned with your evolving vision and priorities. A valuable insight discussed in the book is energy enhancement through breathing. Hal explains that most people breathe shallowly, using only a fraction of their lung capacity. By incorporating intentional deep breathing into your silence practice, you can significantly increase oxygen intake, enhance brain function, and elevate your energy level. Throughout the book, Hal emphasizes the principle of conscious living, making deliberate choices rather than operating on autopilot. The Miracle Morning serves as a daily reminder to live consciously, beginning each day with awareness and intention rather than reacting to whatever comes your way. The book addresses the challenge of adaptation, the tendency for humans to quickly normalize positive changes and lose appreciation for them. Hal suggests regularly refreshing your Miracle Morning by introducing new elements to your practice, such as different meditation techniques, affirmation updates, or varied exercise routines, to maintain engagement and effectiveness. Hal introduces the concept of success cycles, the idea that success in one area creates momentum and confidence that fuel success in others. The Miracle Morning initiates a positive success cycle by giving you an early win each day, which often cascades into increased performance throughout all daily activities. A significant portion of the book discusses mindfulness integration, bringing the presence and awareness cultivated during your morning silence practice into the rest of your day. Hal encourages intermittent mindfulness breaks throughout the day to maintain the centered state established during your Miracle Morning. Throughout the book, Hal emphasizes the abundance mindset, approaching life from a perspective of sufficiency and possibility rather than scarcity and limitation. The gratitude and affirmation practices within the Miracle Morning help rewire your brain to notice opportunities and blessings that may have previously gone unrecognized. The book explores the concept of nature alignment, the observation that waking with or before the sun aligns with our natural circadian rhythms. Hal suggests that fighting against these natural patterns by staying up late and sleeping in creates unnecessary stress and suboptimal energy levels. The Miracle Morning helps restore harmony with these natural cycles. Hal introduces the powerful practice of intention setting as part of your morning routine. By clearly defining what you intend to accomplish, how you want to show up emotionally, and what impact you want to have on others, you dramatically increase the likelihood of having a productive and fulfilling day. A valuable insight shared in the book is the 90-day game changer. the observation that most people significantly underestimate what they can accomplish in 90 days of focused effort. The Miracle Morning provides the daily foundation for extraordinary 90-day transformations in any area of life by ensuring consistent progress toward your most important goals. Throughout the book, Hal emphasizes the principle of attitudinal choice, the understanding that while you can't control all circumstances, you always have the power to choose your attitude toward them. The affirmations component of the Miracle Morning helps program positive attitudinal choices that serve you throughout the day. The book addresses the challenge of false urgency, the tendency to react to seemingly pressing matters, like checking email or social media, rather than focusing on truly important activities. By dedicating the first hour of your day to self-development through the Miracle Morning, you establish proper priorities before the world's false urgencies can hijack your attention. Hal discusses the concept of selective ignorance, deliberately choosing what information to consume and what to ignore. The reading portion of S.A.V.E.R.S. encourages intentional consumption of knowledge that serves your growth rather than passive absorption of whatever content happens to cross your path. A significant portion of the book explores purpose discovery, using your morning silence and scribing time to connect with and clarify your life purpose. Hal suggests regularly asking purpose-oriented questions during these practices, such as, how can I add the most value to the most people? And what work would I do if money were no object? Throughout the book, Hal emphasizes the minimum effective dose principle, identifying the smallest investment required to produce the desired result. The 6-minute Miracle Morning represents this principle in action, providing the essential benefits of the practice for those with extremely limited time. The book addresses the powerful concept of meta-learning, learning how to learn more effectively. The reading component of the Miracle Morning can be periodically dedicated to improving your learning strategies, which then enhances your ability to acquire knowledge and skills in all other areas of interest. Hal introduces the practice of possibility thinking as part of the visualization component of S.A.V.E.R.S. by regularly imagining what might be possible beyond your current limitations. You expand your sense of what's achievable and prevent self-imposed ceilings on your potential. A valuable insight shared in the book is the first-hour leverage, the understanding that how you spend the first hour of your day has a disproportionate impact on the remaining 23 hours. By investing this high-leverage time in the Miracle Morning practices, you maximize your return on time investment. Throughout the book, Hal emphasizes the principle of value creation, focusing on how you can contribute and add value rather than what you can get. The Miracle Morning helps shift your mindset from self-centered concerns to service-oriented purpose, which paradoxically leads to greater personal success and fulfillment. The book explores the concept of decision minimization, reducing the number of decisions you need to make to preserve willpower and mental energy. By establishing the Miracle Morning as a non-negotiable daily practice with a predefined sequence, you eliminate numerous daily decisions and the energy they would consume. Hal discusses the power of conscious competence, being aware of and intentional about developing specific skills rather than relying on passive or unconscious learning. Each component of the S.A.V.E.R.S. represents an opportunity for conscious competence development in areas crucial for success and fulfillment. A significant section of the book addresses resistance management, anticipating and preparing for the inevitable resistance to change that arises when establishing any new habit. Hal provides specific strategies for overcoming the 3 phases of habit change: unbearable days 110, uncomfortable days 1120, and unstoppable days 2130. Throughout the book, Hal emphasizes the Pareto principle application to personal development, recognizing that roughly 20% of your activities produce 80% of your results. The miracle morning represents the vital 20% that disproportionately impacts every other area of your life, making it the highest leverage daily investment possible. The book explores the concept of identity evolution through consistent practice. Hal explains that the most sustainable behavior changes occur when they become part of your identity, when you shift from trying to wake up early to I am someone who wakes up early and invests in self-development. The miracle morning facilitates this identity-level transformation. I hope this summary of the miracle morning has given you a comprehensive understanding of Hal Elrod's transformative approach to starting your day. Remember, the way you start your morning sets the tone for your entire day and ultimately shapes the quality of your life. If you found this information valuable, please consider liking this video, subscribing to our channel for more book summaries, and sharing your thoughts in the comments below. What morning habit do you think would make the biggest difference in your life? Let us know. And don't forget, you can get your own copy of The Miracle Morning through the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and here's to transforming your mornings and your life.